And welcome back to Kilowatt Wednesday. This week's sponsor is Hot Purple Energy. And here this morning is the president of the company, Nate Otto. Good morning. It's good to have you with us.
Good morning.
As always. So this is kind of fascinating. People ought to actually get a pen and paper because we're going to take notes today about how we can be more efficient. If you've gotten your electric bill lately, you probably go, what is going on? Well, we use more energy this time of year.
We certainly do, and so it's a real good time to look at your energy efficiencies, or in some cases it's inefficiencies. Because it isn't just about producing the power, it's about where's the power going and where could I save it?
Okay, so we think that, you know, if we have solar power, it's like, okay, we're done. Okay, we don't have to do anything more in order to save money. Not so.
Well, sometimes that's sort of the solar pill that we talk about. But you know, there's diet and exercise that needs to be done as well, besides, you know, getting the proper medication. So, you know, when you look at a house's needs and consumption, we often look at, you know, the different equipment that we are powering and seeing what we could do.
Like the HVAC system.
The HVAC is a perfect example of a place that, you know, they use a lot of power during the summer.
Yeah.
And the new ones are very efficient. So when you have a 12-year-old system, you should start looking at maybe replacing that system, or at least thinking about it and pricing it out.
And, you know, it will be an initial expense up front, but you are going to save down the road with a more efficient unit.
Yeah, well, at about 12 years is when they start breaking, too. So
yeah,
that's typically what I say, is to find who you're going to work with, find what you're going to do, and then when the system starts breaking down, instead of spending money on repair bills, that's the time to replace it.
Yeah, a lot of people have pools. We hear the pumps go on, go off. What's the efficiency that we can do that will save us more energy, but at the same time, you know, continue to keep the pool clean?
Well, the variable speed pool pump has been out for a decade now. They work really good. It's a DC motor rather than an AC motor, and I'm not going to get into the details, except that it's a 2-year return on your investment. So it's better than the HVAC, and quite honestly, it has a better return on investment than solar.
Really?
Yes.
So, but you were telling me that if you were trying to think of using solar to heat the pool, probably not very efficient.
There's a lot of different moving parts in that answer, but in our area, the extreme heat is actually really painful to the thermal systems.
Okay, yeah. So that's good to know.
That they make during the summer is bad.
So, and I probably think a lot of people think, well, maybe we don't need insulation here, you know, for the houses, but in fact we do.
Insulation is a big deal. In 2007, the Title 24 changed, actually 2004 and 7, to up the insulation requirements. Insulation's a huge deal in the summer, and it's a big deal in the winter too. You know, how you know if your insulation is bad is actually in the winter. If your heater's going on and off, on and off, on and off, that's because it's going through the roof very quickly because you don't have enough insulation.
Okay, and that's really where you want the insulation. Not necessarily maybe in the walls so much, but actually maybe the roof area.
Well, you want it everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, but
the roof is easier to get to, and we could add a little bit easier, and that is where the heat rises and goes right through the roof.
Absolutely. All right.
And that return on investment's pretty good as well.
And you know, in this kind of climate, we all need a little shade. We don't want to throw any shade, but we need a little shade.
Yeah. Well,
so trees are good.
Trees are good, and they can coexist with solar if they're done properly and pruned properly. If you could shade the east and the west sides of your house to keep the morning sun from bringing on the heat, or the afternoon sun from just bearing down, it's a real big deal.
Okay, well, Nate, you just saved us 10%.
Yeah, well, you know what we found is with consumption, people could usually shave 10–15% off their consumption just with a little bit different habits, maybe putting LED lights in prominent areas that they keep lit, without spending a lot of money.
All right, and you know, you have an initial expense, but you get the return, ROI. Return on investment.
Yep.
All right.
That's what people look at.
Yeah, they do. Nate, thank you.
Thank you.
As always, appreciate it.
Okay,
all right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.